So if you want to make the average carpenter absolutely cry like a 2-year-old baby who just had his toy kicked off a cliff, I'm going to show you a process to glue up door casing miters that will absolutely put the average carpenter to shame. We're going to take a look at the CA activator glue up method. The first thing that you want to do is get your pieces cut. You want to allow for a 1/4 inch reveal around your door frame. Once you got those pieces cut with all your 45s, you might want to just give them a quick check on the actual door to make sure they're the right length. Once you get this all glued up, it's going to be very difficult to trim. And to do the glue up, you're going to need a nice flat surface, any kind of a tabletop, the floor, a scrap piece of plywood will work. Here I'm just going to be using my workbench because I have some smaller pieces. You want to protect the surface so the pieces do not get glued onto them. You can definitely put down some painter's tape, but the real spicy meatball move here is wax paper. I always keep this around the workshop. It's perfect if you want to wipe down your table saw to make it extra slippy or any kind of a glue up. This stuff works incredible. So I'll rip a sheet of that off. In terms of the glue, we're going to be using CA glue and activator. The activator will set off the glue and make it tack up instantly. When it comes to the CA glue, make sure that you get the thick. The medium or the thin is no good for this application. It's just going to run everywhere and make a huge mess. I will link the glue and the wax paper in the description. If you shop off Amazon, it is an excellent way to help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's get to the gluing here. The first thing that you want to do is just a quick little dry fit. You want to make sure that everything is going to go smoothly. Grab your pieces, start at the toe of the miters, and just pivot everything back in towards until it's tight. Now, when it comes to applying the glue, the biggest mistake that people make here is trying to put it on the piece when it's laying down flat. That's going to make it almost impossible to get enough glue on in the right place to get a long-lasting miter that's not going to crack. I used to do this when I first started out, and I learned the hard way a few times. What you want to do is just get this thing on its edge. I'll just start off and put a little bead right along kind of the painted edge, about a 1/16 of an inch back. I'll fill in the middle section and then a nice copious thick bead right on the outer edge there. That'll give you a miter that is never going to come apart. The next step here is to get the activator. Now you can take your header piece, and if you're working outside or in an unfinished space, you can just spray this and it's not going to damage anything. If you're on a finished floor, you might want to put down a piece of cardboard or take this outside. To get the activator on here, shake it up. And it's just about 4 or 5 sprays. Get this fully coated. You want to spray it away from the finished face, and just like this. Take the 2 toes of the cuts, put your finger on the outer edge there, and just push them together. That's going to be a little hinge. Use your fingers to make sure that everything is flush once they come together. You don't have a lot of time, just mere seconds before it sets off. Bring those together. Make sure that everything is flush, and then clamp that together with your hands. If there is any squeeze out, give it a quick wipe off with your finger and then try to rub it off onto the wax paper. Yeah, you don't want to leave any buildup. Even after like 10-15 seconds, that is a nice, tight, glued together miter. To put together the other side, put the glue on the free piece, stand it up, and then reapply the glue on there. And then with the activator, grab yourself one that comes with a straw. If it doesn't have a straw, you can just tip this piece up and spray it on like that. But the straw makes it nice and easy. You can just pop the little straw in there, and then you have pinpoint accuracy to get that right on there. Then you want to just be light on the trigger. It's really easy to just spray it all over the place. So just ease onto the trigger, get the activator on. Put this one together just like the other side. Start with the toe and pivot it together. Bang, bang, this baby is rock solid. If you think you've got a better way to make nicer miters than this, go ahead and comment below on your method. If you want to see the #1 mistake that people make when it comes to nailing this in place, go ahead and check out this video right over here. The sad tears just flowing out of their eyes. At this point, I don't even really know what I'm talking about. Woo! Oh shit. Boom.